Before starting a workout, you should prepare your body by getting your heart rate up, as well as stretching out your muscles. To get your heart rate up, you could be doing a jog around your neighborhood. If you want to stay in your yard, you could be doing some jump rope. Or if you're inside the house, you could also be doing some jumping jacks. After getting a little bit of cardio in so that you feel more prepared, it's now time to do your dynamic stretches. Take your time when doing these, it's not a race. You are waking up those hopefully sore muscles from the previous workout and preparing yourself for another awesome workout. Bird dips. When doing bird dips, it's really important to make sure that your hips are still parallel to the ground, and it's okay if you don't touch the ground when you dip forward. The biggest thing to remind yourself when doing bird dips is to make sure you're not opening your hips to one side. Keep them nice and level. Lunge twists. When lunging, keep in mind that you should not be pushing off from the back foot. All of your weight should be on the front foot, and you should be lifting up with that front leg. Your front leg should be at a 90-degree angle, and your knees should never go past your toes. Frankensteins. After doing your cardio warm-up and dynamic stretches, you should have an elevated heart rate. First up is 12 squats. You can either do regular squats or jump squats. When you do squats, it's important to make sure that your weight is on your heels. Do not lean forward or it'll put pressure on your knees. After doing 12 squats, now it's time to do a 45-second plank. You can either choose to do a modified plank where you get up on your hands then back to your forearms, or you can stay on your forearms for 45 seconds. Keep in mind that you still have 2 more sets of these squats and planks before moving on to your water break. This second superset starts with 12 curtsey lunges. With these lunges, instead of stepping straight back, you're actually stepping behind you and to the side. To give yourself more of a challenge, you can choose to actually not plant the foot that you're bringing back. So as you bring it forward, you lift it up and it hovers the ground and then bring it back again. These lunges also help you with balance. If you're having a hard time with these, it's okay if the back foot is not angled as much as you bring it back. So even the slightest bit of angle is still considered a curtsey lunge. Next is a 45-second side plank. You can either choose to do a normal side plank, or you can choose to bring your top hand down and put it underneath your torso for a twist and then bring it back up. Keep in mind that you do need to do the curtsey lunges on the left and right side, and then the side planks on the left and right side in order to count it as one set. And you're doing 3 of these sets before taking your next water break. When doing side planks, it's important to make sure that your shoulders are in line with each other. You should not be hunched forward in any way. There should be a nice straight line from your bottom shoulder to your top shoulder all the way up to your arm. Our third set starts with 12 explosive lunges. To do these lunges is just like a normal lunge, except when you bring your leg forward, you're driving the knee up so that you hop in place. Make sure to do your left and right side. Then it's time to do 8 tricep push-ups. After finishing these push-ups, you have 2 more sets of the explosive lunges and the tricep push-ups before your next water break. Our fourth set starts off with 10 switch lunges. Switch lunges is when you lunge and then jump up to switch legs that are forward and then do it again continuously. If you find this too difficult or you're having a hard time balancing, then instead of jumping, you just quickly switch your feet while staying on the ground. Next, you'll do 10 single leg glute bridges. When doing these, you can either leave your leg up in the air or you can pulse like Coach Nicole is doing. Make sure to do the left and right side before moving on to your second set. The end is near. We're at our last set, set 5, which is all about the abs. You'll first start with 10 full sit-ups. If you want more of a challenge, you can always try to put some weight on your chest, either a dumbbell, a can of soup, maybe a bag of rice. You can get creative. Next is 10 bicycle kicks. Here you can see we chose to use a volleyball to be incorporated. Make sure you are engaging your core by keeping your shoulder blades off the ground. The third part of this last set is 10 leg lifts. You can choose to do regular leg lifts like Coach Nicole is doing. Notice how when she lifts her legs, her butt also comes off the ground. Or if you want to incorporate a volleyball for a little bit of extra challenge, then do the one that Coach Marciano is doing. Notice how both of their heads are lifted off the ground to make sure their core is engaged. First, you'll do 10 straight leg sit-ups. When you come up to do the sit-up, try to imagine yourself blocking, so your hands come up and over and you're reaching forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades and really make sure your hands are nice and wide. As you go back down, try to go as slow as possible. Next is 10 scissor kicks. Your feet will cross so one foot is on top of the other foot, and then bring your legs back out and then back in, crossing again. The last one is 10 heel taps, which means that you must touch the heel of each foot 10 times. Notice how both of their heads are lifted off the ground to make sure their core is engaged. Only 2 more sets of these ab exercises before this workout is finally complete.